Well, everyone, we're back, but this won't be for long. I to answer any questions for those people that used to be in my alliance, as well as people that I used to know and get to know on MCOC. I have quit the game. I'm really just making this video to reiterate my thoughts behind specifically why I quit, as well as what I'm doing now. So this is like a life update slash why I quit MCOC, and specifically what I think has ruined the game. So I used to play high tier war as well as high tier AQ. And while I had fun with that, a lot of my life has really transitioned into focusing on real life stuff as well as obligations when it concerns at least the goals I have for myself moving forward in my professional life. And with MCOC, what I noticed is it takes and takes and takes. Specifically, it takes up a lot of time. Not with Battlegrounds, but also the event quest, story quest, side quest, alliance war, alliance quest, and then being an officer maybe once every month. How much free time do I actually have? And so it's not that I grew tired of the game. It's like the game slowly took over different aspects of my time. And as I sort of mature and I get to know a lot better of just how to navigate life, I realized, okay, this is harmful. This is not building anything. It's just building up my, I guess you can say, the way that I go about life. It's taking more from it. And so, with that, I'm going to get over to sort of how the game has become little individual chores that ruin your ability to have free time and really pushes you in order to at least either you're spending time or you're spending money in the most predatory way possible. And so, the first thing that ruined MCOC is Battlegrounds. In the beginning, it was great. It was phenomenal. But Kabam recently did this thing to where they introduced more tough defenders, but those tough defenders weren't solely, I guess you can say, countered by a specific class. Now you need like a specific select group of champions within that class. So let's take a look at my roster, right? We'll use an example because I have a free thick roster. So let's use Kindred as an example, right? And so with Kindred, it used to be, if it was the year like 2020, you can use any individual champ when it's specifically any individual champ with the science class to counter him. However, if I were to use a champ, let's say, like Ant-Man, he has a very specific niche, but that lowers the value. So when you add on top of that the RNG with the deck, as well as the different kits that are very selectable and very specific, it takes away from the enjoyment. Thus, a lot of characters now that are released in a more newer base or more recently, they are specifically made for BGs as well as niche or very selective matchups. One of those champs being Onslaught. If Onslaught was released during the time of the variants and the back issues, his value would be so low on the totem pole. The reason I say that is because a lot of Onslaught's, again, value is in the Battlegrounds type of fight. Nowadays, team building isn't even an aspect that's addressed as much as BGs. Because back then, we had content that was actually difficult for the acts when it concerns Act 5 and Act 6. So many people in the community would come together as well as collaborate on, okay, what's the best team? Like, what do you use? How did you get around this node? Nowadays, it's like, okay, let me go clear the act because of the rewards. And when your game is reward driven instead of literally being fun, that's when you need to at least check where you're at, and from that point, do I need to quit? Do I need to take a step back? Because when this game used to be fun, we had back issues. We had that team cooperation, that community-driven activity. Now, everyone just copies each other's decks in Battlegrounds. And from there, it actually used to be competitive in the way to where, you know what, you can clear at your pace. You can play the game on your time. You don't need to have specific champions that are meta because they're just better. Nowadays, everyone just copies each other's deck. And if you're at that point to where you're going through the motions, I highly recommend you quit. I haven't logged into this game for a month, but I wanted to give an update for people that are expecting MCOC content and let them know you will never see MCOC content on this channel, and I'm so glad that I quit because after seeing these offers, I urge you and implore you to quit this game because it is not a game anymore, it is a platform that was seduced and suggested by Battlegrounds. Take care, have a great day, and I'll never see y'all again.